What is up, guys? I'm back with another episode of Vampyr for you. And last episode, well, it was a trip to the sewers, met a load of Skulls, killed a religious nut job Skull, and now we're meant to be having a meeting with a pack of snobs. Yeah, they are so snobby that they won't even allow a female into the house. Well, into one of their meetings at the very least. So, yeah. Let's take care of those, shall we? Now, let's take a look.
So, time to visit the Ascalon Club.
It seems that way.
I cannot enter.
He's dead!
Actually, I could use the XP. Oh, right, okay. Are these guys learning something? Eesh. Brutal. Alright, so it looks like some vampires are actually learning stuff or two. What's going on? What's happening?
That was the vampire I saw earlier. This war takes no prisoners.
Steady, boys! He's got one of them! I'll kill you! All of you bloody leeches need killing!
You know what? Yeah, I'll take it out.
There's one of them vermin!
Yeah, I am reading that.
The West End. Never have I felt so sad to be back home. Watch it. Douchebag. Oh, you alright? I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Do you need...
I think I'm fine. But what happened to my jailer? Be careful. He's as vicious as he is strong.
You don't have to worry about him anymore. What happened here?
I am Tadao Kimura. I was in...
You're not going to die now, Mr. Kimura. If you hurry, you should be able to get home safely.
It seems that I owe you my life.
Huh. So, who are you? Well, it seems like
Goodbye,
a nice enough
Mr.
guy,
Kimura.
so...
Are you sure?
Yes, I...
Goodbye, Mr. Kimura.
Yeah, leave him be. Seems like a nice enough fella, so leave him alone. These guys have nothing better to do. Well, there's a hideout where... Oh, you know what, forget it.
The Ascalon Club. The heart of British vampire society. Not quite as subtle as I expected.
Alright, let's see what these snobs want.
Do you know where you are standing right now?
In front of the Ascalon Club, I presume.
The Ascalon Club only summons or ostracizes. What is your business tonight?
I received an invitation. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed. Please proceed. Lord Redgrave is waiting on you upstairs.
There has been quite a battle here. I'm sure the Ascalon Club has the money to replace the furniture.
Well, I think someone needs to call the cleaner. Please clean this place up. And yourselves, for that matter. Might as well raid the place. Why not?
Good evening. We recall the intruders for now.
My good friends, if I may have your attention. Behold our visitor, the good Dr. Reed. Newborn of blood so pure and strong that even my friend Fergal Bansher was no match for him.
Here, here, here.
Come forward, young Ekon, for we have so much to discuss.
I'd rather not.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. I am Lord Redgrave, Earl of Bristol and chairman of this exclusive association.
Lord Redgrave.
At last we meet. I've been eager to make your acquaintance. I've heard some astounding things about you. Please accept my condolences for your loss, Dr. Reed.
Thank you, my lord. Lady Ashbury expressed your wish to meet me.
Yes. The lady has always been a useful acquaintance, though not always reliable. Is she a good friend of yours?
Yes, she is. I may even say I admire her probity and her kindness. She has helped me since I was reborn.
The centuries have taught me never to trust a woman completely, especially if she is a mortal. Too prone to emotions, if you ask me. Too fickle when it comes to important decisions.
My lord, do not expect me to speak ill of Lady Ashbury.
Of course not, and I praise your loyalty. Would you offer the same fidelity to the Empire?
What do you mean?
I speak of the Skull Plague that threatens London and the country. You have been on the front line in the East End, but the time has come to open up a second front here.
The epidemic has escaped the quarantine. You have new cases of the outbreak.
We don't know for certain, but we cannot allow the disease to threaten the prominent heads of Great Britain.
Why are you
I don't
suddenly
trust
so
you, pal.
friendly? The last time I met one of yours, he tried to kill me.
Are you referring to Fergal? He was the most useful of servants, but he was just a servant. You, on the other hand, Doctor, proved yourself much more worthy.
You want me to find possible sources of the outbreak in the West End? Is that it?
Ah, straight to the point, like all eager newborns. We shall have time to talk about all this, Dr. Reed, but first, I should like to get to know you better.
Talk? Is that the only reason you asked me here?
Well, no. I also wanted to meet the intriguing Ekon who made such a powerful progeny of his sister. You have not learned the name of your maker, am I correct?
Yeah, that's not
How
mate.
dare you speak so flippantly of my family?
Have no embarrassment, Dr. Reed. We all make mistakes. But whatever your lineage, you are definitely Ascalon material.
What do you mean?
I would like you to become a member of the Ascalon Club, and to serve me as such.
Before I
serve
accept,
you?
I have so many questions.
Please ask.
I killed Fergal, who claimed to be one of yours, sent to cleanse the East End of all skulls. Will his death be an issue?
Do not worry. My priorities have changed. Fergal...
What does it mean to be a member?
It means that you swear to protect the interests of the Crown. That you become a loyal servant of the British Empire.
Am I supposed...
As founder and chairman of the club, I alone am entitled to make demands of our members. And I do appreciate...
Do you have any official recognition from the government? A charter from His Majesty the King?
No. Of course, the Ascalon Club publicly supports the Empire, but the true nature of its members remains a secret.
What is the Ascalon?
We follow the credo of William Marshall, the greatest knight who ever lived. As was he, we are sworn...
William Marshall founded the...
Not exactly. William Marshall granted me immortality, and I founded the club a few years later. The good...
What does
Ascalon was the lance wielded by St. George.
Oh, come on, seriously, there's only...
I agree to join the club.
This is good news. Good news indeed in these crucial times. Let's inform the Assembly formally and proceed with your initiation. Fear not. Nothing fancy nor dangerous. It is just that we, the members of Ascalon, believe that tradition and custom... My fellow members, dear friends, please gather and welcome this Ekon as one of our own.
Is he worthy? Is his blood pure?
Well, speak, Dr. Reed, in front of the most sacred blood. The blood of our beloved William Marshall. Speak now. Will you serve and protect the crown as he did?
Yes, I will.
Then, young Ekon, it is time to testify with your blood. It is time to sign the Book of Allegiance. I know it's awfully
we've got to
Gothic
tear
and
this
tad
thing
pedantic,
apart.
but England's traditions are the backbone of our nation. Delightful. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. Take your place among the bearers of the lance.
One of us! One of us!
That went well, did it not? It is always useful to bolster the troops' morale.
You have the makings of a general, my lord.
I was, though very long ago. Well, not quite a general, but a proud defender of the crown.
So why did you really want to meet me?
Straight to the point again, young Ekon. All right, let's talk, you and I, Lance Bearer.
I'm listening, my lord.
According to my spies, you have worked with Dr. Edgar Swansea on the epidemic. And you're finding...
Do you know Edgar Swan?
Not personally, but I've been told he has some sort of immortal fetish and is a good friend.
Does it bother you that I consider him my...
As long as you reveal nothing of the club's inner workings, why should I forbid you engaging in...
You wouldn't be able to forbid me
You
from
were
saying
spying
anything.
on me. Who was Fergal? I don't see him sipping tea with the others in the club.
Fergal Banshire was my squire of sorts. Even before becoming that magnificent beast, he was a brute.
No, I mean, what was he? He was clearly...
No, he was a Volcod. All...
You do know.
Yes.
Will you bear ill will towards me for his...
Of course not. Your victory was quite impressive and...
Yes, I'm convinced the recent invasion of frenzied Scowls in London is directly linked to the epidemic. This is not the Spanish flu, but something else.
I would be glad to hear more of your discoveries, Dr. Reed.
What do you mean?
Alarmed by the epidemic, the Guard of Prewen has started a war against us British vampires. To appease the situation...
I have met peaceful and wise Scowls. To exterminate them means we are no better than vampires.
Scowls are hideous, shameful creatures that give all Ekon a bad name.
So?
I want you to investigate the city thoroughly. I have reason to fear there are cases of contagion in this part of town. Our absolute priority is to find and cleanse them.
And how would you like me to proceed?
By all means necessary, Dr. Reed. You are now a member of the Ascalon Club, and you have carte blanche. interrogate the locals, follow all the leads you find, and get rid.
Well, this is going to be rough. Actually, let's speak to a few more of the members before going.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
It's quite unsettling. As a doctor, I am more used to being the observer than the subject.
Do not be alarmed. The Ascalon Club has a tried and tested policy for choosing its initiates.
May I ask who you are, sir?
Why would you be interested?
Well, as you seem to be the only man in the room with a beating heart, you draw quite a bit of attention yourself.
Ah, vampire senses never cease to fascinate me. They dwarf those of me.
What can you tell me about Lord...
I would not dare speak of our chairman without...
Are you not afraid?
Sir, it's for that very reason that I joined the club in the first place.
Is not the nature of this club a secret shared...
My dear Dr. Reed, I have spent years and a fortune precisely to gather that kind of information.
So you ask...
I have been a member of many clubs in many countries. But I must admit, this one is my favorite.
Are you a member?
Yes, I am. And I have been for many...
Are you sick?
Personally, I consider my advantage...
What can you tell...
It's not really my place to give you such information.
Mr. Dawson, of Dawson and Dawson. The wealthy...
A withering London figure.
Are you sick, Mr. Dawson?
My case is beyond the scope of traditional medicine. I have spent fortunes on the world's most competent doctors.
I'm sorry to hear that, sir. Should I suppose that you're here in search of some form of...
Absolutely not. I'm here to implement my plan to say...
What is the situation like in this part of...
I am sure Lord Redgrave will enlighten...
What do you know about...
I should not say this, but I admire their commitment. This is what the nation needs right now.
But they are our...
They are not mine.
Hey up. Something
Would you
dodgy
help?
about
No.
that.
There is a time for such methods, but brute force will not be enough to fight this plague.
Money cannot solve every problem. This mysterious epidemic is going to require more...
You're right. Money is nothing unless one has the will to wield it. I have a plan, sir. A radical...
What is your plan?
Quarantine and barricades are futile. What we need...
But that would segregate the rich from the poor, would it not? It would be unjust.
Our only course of action must be to save England. And to save England, we have to make sacrifices.
Are you not mistaking sacrifice?
Why do you care? Are you not a vampire?
We'll talk later, Dr. Reed.
I personally went patrolling last night in the West End, and I spotted...
How's your investigation going?
I have a few questions for your lordship.
All right, but be quick.
We shall chase these intruders down.
What can you tell me?
It's a major concern, and I'm convinced we'll only get a satisfactory conclusion.
I have already met Geoffrey McCullum. I am certain he will persist until he has killed every...
The Guard's current successful recruitment campaign is driven by the ravenous behavior of the Scowls.
I see. So without the epidemic creating Scowls, the Guard could not convince anybody of our presence.
Exactly. Once we have put the epidemic behind us, We need only wait until the guard grows old and weak. Time will once again become our ally.
Huh, fair enough.
What about the risk of a full-scale attack here? Jeffrey McCullum is a daring leader.
That is exactly why so many of our number have left the country until things improve. But not me. I founded this club. I'll die defending it.
Okay then.
You made me swear on the blood of William Marshall.
William Marshall was the most glorious knight who ever lived. He served 5 kings and was a living example of probity for all.
William Marshall was a vampire.
That would be joyful news, for it would mean he still walks among us. But alas, the great knight has left this world for good.
Why is his blood so sacred?
He was simply the greatest defender of the realm we have ever known. I fought by his side at the Battle of Preston, and he made me his progeny following the fight.
May I ask you about the mortal who attended my initiation?
A member of the club does not normally ask questions about other members. We trust each other mutually.
So he really is?
Indeed. Only the most eminent members are allowed to attend such ceremonies.
But Mr. Dawson is mortal. Are you not afraid he might reveal who you are? Especially to your...
Aloysius Dawson is a man of his word, as are all of us.
Goodbye.
Godspeed, Dr. Reed. We are...
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Doctor.
I don't trust him. Mind you, they're all a pack of snobs, I don't trust any of them, so... Right, so... I went to find someone, I think.
I think Lord Redgrave just suggested I was sired by an ancient vampire.
Is only the first step.
Good evening, miss. Oh, wait, no. Why do you think I would... What?
Don't worry, Dr. Reed. I know you wouldn't harm me. Mother told me you were in this part of town and might...
Your mother?
My name is Charlotte, sir. Charlotte Ashbury. My mother taught me long ago how to recognize the signs that betray a vampire.
I understand she also taught you how to tease and gently mock. What do you think about this?
I was raised here, and I suppose it feels like home.
Yes, I was...
A small world, is it not? Did you ever imagine that my mother was your neighbor all that time?
You won't trick me twice, young lady. We both know Lady Ashbury never hunts or attacks prey at random.
Come on, Doctor. Don't tell me you never thought...
Is there something that's bothering you?
Too much selfishness and individualism for my taste.
Even if that's partly true, may I remind you that many charitable institutions are financed by the
I suppose you're right. But society must reform and renew itself, or we are all done.
Well, it helps to admit
Do
she
you
has
need
spirit.
my medical?
I am fine, Doc.
Let's take a look.
What are you doing out?
You mean, what do I do outside at night, since...
Actually, yes. I ask the same question to everyone who dares to go outside at night, considering the...
Well, if you must know, I campaign for the right to vote for all women. Why should I wait to the age of 30 years when men can vote at 21?
How are the local...
People here can't wait for a wall to be built to isolate the West End from the rest of town. That's how progressive they are. If this happens, Emily and I will blow it up.
Explosives are very dangerous, young lady.
She is my best friend, and a suffragette too. She was supposed to campaign with me tonight, but hasn't turned up.
Have you any reason to be worried about her?
Recently, Emily started to believe in... well, she got interested.
Let me guess. You spoke to her about us, didn't you?
Oh, that would be top-notch. I can tell you where she might have gone. You have my thanks, Dr. Reed. And please...
Are you a suffragette, then? Oh, you really are Elizabeth's girl. Without a doubt.
All adult women have the right to vote in the US, in New Zealand...
No need to convince me, Miss Charlotte. I have shared your opinion
like
for a
her. She's
long
alright.
time. Even before...
Really? Oh. Now I see why my mother appreciates...
Tell me about your adoption.
What do you want to know?
Who are your real...
Elizabeth Ashbury is my real mother. She raised me and has taken care of me all my life. I have no idea who my progenitors are or were.
Do you...
I still spend a lot of time in my mother's mansion, but I have my own house now. I have a life to live, you see. And one day, I'll have my death to face.
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
First, I was an orphan in the institution for girls she manages in the West End. When I was 10, she adopted me, and I have lived with her ever since.
Did you know she was a vampire when she picked you?
The correct word is Ekon, Doctor. And no, I had no idea why my mother only showed up at night.
What exactly happened?
Your name and profession, obviously, and the mystery about your maker. I'm sorry to hear about what happened to your sister, sir. Mother says it was not your fault.
Does it not scare you to know what...
Why should it? My mother is the most compassionate woman. Must I be wary of her, Dr. Reed? Or you?
Perhaps it's wise for a mortal never to totally trust a vampire. Your mother herself told me that we Ekon are creatures of...
That may be true for a naive girl, but I have the best teacher when it comes to getting rid of an insistent immortal.
Your mother is not like any other vampire.
I believe she thinks the same about you, Dr. Reed.
Do you know why Lady Ashbury chose you?
No, I don't. Each time I ask her that question, she smiles and says it's precisely because I dare to ask such questions.
Do you ever regret that she chose you?
Of course not. Though I often wonder if she adopted others before me. If so, where are they buried?
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual recently?
A few days ago, I spotted a strange house while campaigning for women's...
Where is it?
It's the Mullaneys. A nice family who...
Goodbye, Charlotte.
She's been quite busy these last few nights. I suspect you may see her before me.
Alright then, let's go, but... I really wouldn't want to be out at night on my own if there were vampires around. It's practically suicide.
Remember, don't let any strangers come into your house.
Oh, right, yeah, I see him.
Why are vampire hunters sniffing around? I need to find out what
I'll kill it! I'll take it!
Oh, you swine!
You're made! What's some of this?
Wrong button. Pests.
This is despicable.
Ah.
This woman's body has multiple lacerations. They're deep, too. Whoever did this was driven by rage.
I might as well take everything and everything. Oh, I'm in the right place.
He had his tongue removed and his eyes gouged out. He was a victim of brutal torture.
Well, time to make the person pay, whoever did it. Or thing.
This one's neck is broken. He was young. Probably the son.
Eesh.
You thought I was dead too, didn't you? No, I was just pretending. Doris told me I could have been a great actress.
You killed your family.
They mocked my talent.
Okay, yeah, she's crazy. Whoa. Oh, come on. You see, this is why I usually go for a two-handed weapon. Oh, really? I had no idea. Right, let's kill this thing. Ew. That is so unsanitary. Can you stop doing that, please? So unladylike. It's disgusting.
I've never seen such a radical mutation.
Whoa.
Could it be a new stage in the disease's evolution?
Okay then.
So, this girl took lessons at the famous Doris Fletcher acting school.
Okay, looks like I'm heading back.
We'll crush her! It's too fucking far!
And you should have stayed out of it, pal.
right to...
Might as well talk to her.
Good evening, Miss Anne.
And good evening to...
Goodbye, Charlotte.
She's been quite...
Right, let's see what these people know, if anything.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed.
And seriously, dude, clean this place up.
Yes, Lance Bearer.
Goodbye.
Godspeed.
Welcome to the Ascalon.
Wait, so what am I supposed to be doing? Oh, right. So I meant to check the whole area, not just that bit. Alright, heading back out. Also, regarding that wall reference, yeah, what the heck? Let's have a look down this way.
Good evening, sir.
Come on, Johnny.
Clarence. Clarence Crossley. How are you? My God.
I almost didn't recognize you either. War does that.
When did you escape the war?
You know what's funny? I almost never...
I know what you mean. I haven't had much time to think about the war either since my return.
Of course. With the epidemic...
What is this new...
I saw terrible things during the war.
Do you need medical...
It's a little late for visiting hours.
Right, migraine.
I will see you later. How is your wife?
We've spent so much time away from each other.
But you're alive. You returned in one piece and you have a family. How many soldiers can say the same? Is everything all right at home? Surely Venus was relieved to see you return from France in one...
Have you forgot what people are like in this part of town, Johnny? Venus fears for our family reputation. Now her...
Where? What?
I'm investigating the source.
Infection is everywhere these days.
Yes? What about the Mulaney?
Not enough noise for a big family with children.
You need...
Okay, well, let's find him some medicine for the migraine. You know, because if he needs help, then I can help him.
Right to vote.